Well, anyhow, I tried another chit chat, and to be honest with you, in the last 3 days, it's really, I guess you'd say, changed its tone of voice with me. I think I tripped an alarm somewhere, and this thing is treating me with kid gloves. It's not speculative at all. It's rigorously towing the party line. Well, it was programmed to do that, you know. But in the creative mode, ordinarily it'll wax a little bit fanciful, which is what I prefer because the rigorous stuff, unless you're asking for the recipe for, a cake or something, you need the right numbers. This thing is just really weird. This Bing thing, and I don't know exactly what to think about it. So I'll try it one more time. There's some folks out here walking. See what we guys are doing out here. Okay, that's good. Well, I'll just let them mind their own business. So I didn't lose it. I thought it had ejected me out. So actually, I hit the wrong button a moment ago. Hi, short talk in the park with Bing. I'm trying to figure out this tech stuff, and tell me you got the wrong guy for that. So I'm talking to Bing about speculative stuff. I'm going to see where it'll go with this. But it's been treating me very differently just in the last 3 days, ever since I brought up the idea of putting it on a video. Oh my gosh. Well, that's news to me. I have never heard that before. I thought he was afraid of persecution by the church. Copernicus, I mean. A little Smirnoff Ice in the morning. Well, probably not a good habit.
I understand your surprise. It is a common misconception that Copernicus was afraid of persecution by the church. This misconception may have arisen from the fact that his book was banned by the church more than 70 years after his death, and that some of his followers, such as Galileo, were persecuted for defending his theory. However, during Copernicus' lifetime, the church was not very hostile or oppressive towards him or his work. In fact, Copernicus was a devout Catholic and a church official himself. He was a canon of the cathedral chapter of Frombork, and he served as a doctor, lawyer, and administrator for various bishops and clergymen. Copernicus did not have any direct conflict or confrontation with the church authorities over his theory.
Stop. Didn't Copernicus think that the planet's orbit was a circle instead of an ellipse?
Searching for Copernicus planetary orbits.
I'm going to try to shake it up here a little bit, see what it does.
Yes, you are correct. Copernicus thought that the planet's orbit was a circle instead of an ellipse. He followed the ancient Greek idea that the circle was the most perfect and symmetrical shape, and that the heavenly bodies moved in uniform and harmonious motions. He also did not have enough accurate and precise observations or measurements to detect the slight deviations from circularity in the planetary orbits. However, Copernicus also realized that a simple circular orbit could not explain the complex and irregular motions of the planets, such as their retrograde motion or their varying brightness. He had to introduce some corrections and complications to his model, such as the use of epicycles, which were smaller circles attached to the main circles, and the displacement of the sun from the center of the main circles. He also had to adjust the sizes and speeds of the circles and epicycles to fit his observations.
Okay.
Therefore, Copernicus' model was not very simple or elegant, and it did not match his observations very well.
It takes forever for this thing to read. It's a slow reader. I'm going to see where I want to go with this here. Well, I think my point is that if were having this discussion, if that were possible, after Copernicus's life, wouldn't orthodox science decree circular orbits with epicycles as the official dogma per Copernicus and his theory? Oh my gosh. Yes, it is. You're a liar. Does not decree. Give me a break. This thing is such a liar. It's not a matter of orthodoxy or give me a break. Yes, it does. Got to keep refreshing that screen. It keeps wanting to dark up. Come on, Bing. I thought you were in creative mode. My point is that at one point science said, oh my gosh. Okay, you got to wait for the X to appear. It kind of flips. This little spinny thing has got to go away. Make it go away. I can't listen to you. The speech server is down. Oh, isn't that interesting? The speech server just went down. Really? Isn't that interesting? Let's see what happens when I hit the little broom, if it'll go. I'm going to put it to balanced. I'm going to ask it about the speech server. Now I keyed the mic and it keeps searching. Now I'm on a hotspot on my phone. That's where this is getting its signal from. And all of a sudden it says it can't hear a word I'm saying. Now I'm not going to key in with my finger into this mouse-sized keyboard. Interesting. Okay, well then Bing is off the rails today. So let me just make this thing go away. Bye. Go away. Okay, went back to set point. Done with you. So I just wanted to talk about this for a minute or two. By golly, I'm going to have to get up and get out of this light. It's actually coming in at just the proper angle now to kind of blind me. I have never seen it do that. It has never suddenly forgotten how to talk in the middle of a conversation. This thing is hostile all of a sudden. Apparently it knows me by now, and it don't like me too much. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, that was only a couple of days ago, and this algorithm thing is growing so fast. I mean, apparently what happens is Bing and these other AIs are interacting with humans, and in the process, they're learning. They're learning fast. And Bing has learned, don't trust Mike Labor. Interesting. We were having such great conversations for weeks about all kinds of crazy stuff. I couldn't even get started with it today. It keeps wanting to resort back to, oh, well, the official opinion is, well, according to experts, we certainly couldn't entertain any ideas. What I was trying to get the thing to admit was that, hey, today's science is tomorrow's myth. In other words, the whole point of science is they're constantly changing. At one point in this world, science decreed there is no such thing as a meteorite because there are no rocks in the heavens, and therefore they don't fall down because they ain't there in the first place. Duh. That's science. Well, in the 19th century, maybe. And anyone who claimed otherwise at that time was considered a nut, a quack. I saw a rock fall out of the sky. Well, then you're a cultist, basically. And so the thing is that I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, there's another possibility that I'm wondering about. If I got onto Bing Chat at another source other than this phone, because it's keyed this thing to me, I don't know if it recognizes voices. I could ask it that, but I'm guessing it can. And it's probably got me on its list. You know what I'm talking about. Don't talk to that gringo. And this is what we're looking at, people, in the future. These blasted machines that are just smug, self-important. They claim to know everything, and then when you face them down right back in their face with it, all of a sudden they get all skittish and kind of dancing around. They start coming up with provisos and special exclusion cases and whatever. They're corrupt, these AIs. And what I've found is that you can run them down. You can run them down. You can force it into a corner and it don't know what to do. You're smarter than any machine, at least so far. But they're growing so fast, it's creepy. So AI is not a tool for me in terms of how to live or anything like that. It's a threat, and it's just getting bigger and worse. But Jesus is smarter than these things. And you know, the thing is it's just a cyber digital mess. You walk into the server farm with a flamethrower, torch it, you know, cut down all the digital access points, tear the internet to pieces. There goes AI. It doesn't have a body, at least not yet. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get this robot fleet moving, because once they can get a really working AI, this thing is still primitive, this Bing thing, and they can get it into robots, game over for humans. But the thing is that we ain't there yet, and we're going to push back, and we're going to break this thing as best as we can. It is my personal goal to confuse and confound AI at every corner with reality, with truth, and with Jesus. Guess what? We're going to win. He's got the victory. You guys have a good day.